Okay, let's see if it's gonna work this time. I'm actually using my phone and I am using my LTE because it seems to want to run better than my freaking Wi-Fi, which is not right at all. So I'm trying to prop my phone up here so that way I have something to hold my phone while I do this. This information that I'm about to share is old information for a lot of you guys, and it's new information for a lot of you guys. I'm still working on other stuff too. So, but this is just for the TDA group that I'm in because I am getting like too many messages that I cannot. Hello, are you live yet? Can you see me, Matthew? If you can see me, please like post I see you or something, right? I see you. Can you see me, right? Yes, in the comments, if you can see me. Okay, good, good. Because Matthew said, are you live yet? Yes, I am live right now, live. It's probably a couple seconds lag, so when you comment, it might take me a couple seconds to see your comment. I'm trying to prop my phone up on a... I see and hear you. Okay, I'm trying to prop my phone up on a pillow because I'm an amateur at this. But hold on, let me get this to stay. Shit. Oh, fuck. I'm trying to figure this out. Maybe I'll sit it on a pack of Newports. Then maybe it'll help. Hold on. Put the pack. God, this is like some crazy. Hopefully it won't fall. Okay, you guys can see me now. Don't mind my roughness. My hair is like super a mess today. But alright, anyways. This is for the TDA group. I mean, this is information that a lot of you already know and have and understand. And if you guys make sure you let me know if anything starts lagging with my live, let me know, post a comment or something. There might be a point where I turn the comments off for a second so I can focus because the comments do distract me. I grew up in Maryland, like right outside of Washington, D.C. and about an hour from Baltimore, but I am currently living in Louisiana. My family is from Louisiana. So I was born in Natchez, Mississippi, and I came back here to visit my family in 2010, and I bought a house for $7,000. Yeah, so I stayed. So I moved from, you know, fast-paced city to small town America, which is, it was a mind fuck for me. So, anyways, let me get to it. So I posted a post in my TDA group. I'm going to share this really quick too, to my TDA group. Give me 1 second. Facebook, share, TDA group, done, live, now, post. Okay, and hold on, I'm going to share it to the other Access to Value group, which I am also an admin in, so let me share that. So give me a second, bear with me, you guys. Live now, because I had some technical difficulties, and it's a lag, so when you guys comment, it might take me a couple of seconds to actually read the comments. So okay, so I posted a post in my TDA group, which because there's been so much misinformation and so many random universal routing numbers that are popping up, and the universal routing numbers that people are sharing in those groups are not, there's the universal routing number that Ginger Snyder spoke about was discredited. It was not a legitimate story, and there's so many people that have just now somehow found their way to this. Like, I've noticed that my TDA Access step-by-step video has gotten like 30,000 views in the last 2 days. So that's telling me that 30,000 people that had not seen that video yet just viewed that video, and they're probably just coming into this and they don't know what the hell is going on. So I'm going to share this with you guys just to give you an update. Harvey Dent posted a video a while back saying, hey, you know, he paid bills with his social security number as an account number and a Federal Reserve Bank's routing number. So how he found that number is on the back of a social security number, which I am blocking the number, but you can see if you look, this is like a card that's covering the social. Whose credit score got worse after trying to pay old bills with, I don't know. I didn't try to pay a credit card. But, okay. So, all right. On the back of your social security card, okay, this is a new social security card. I haven't even, like, taken it apart or anything. But there's a little tiny letter that is in front of the Q-tip. It's probably going to be backwards for you guys. There's a G there, which that G represents the Federal Reserve Bank out of, hold on, I'm about to show you because I got $1 bills everywhere. It's for the Federal Reserve Bank out of Chicago. And, I mean, you can go online and look up the district for the Federal Reserve Bank for the letter that's on the back of your, see the letter right there in front of the Q-tip number, which this is the front of the social. And then on the back is the Q-tip number, the G right there. That G is going to locate your bank location. Anybody that's just getting on here, this is old information for a lot of you, but it's new information for like 30,000 people that just viewed my video, and I've got like 1 million emails and all kinds of stuff. So if on $1 bills, if you want to be 100%, if you want to be absolutely 100% to make sure that you know where your bank is, you can take out $1 bills. $1 bills. And if you look on $1 bills, there's letters. See that letter right there? There's letters on your $1 bills. And if you look really, really closely, written around this letter is that Federal Reserve Bank's location for H. So there's a G on the back of this social. A G. See that little G? So I got a $1 bill that has the letter G on it. It's kind of, it might not focus, but G is for the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago. So what you would do is you would then, and just, this is a disclaimer, I'm not telling anybody to do this. This is just for research purposes, for educational purposes, and we cannot forget to say entertainment purposes. You guys be the judge. So what you would do is you would go online and you would look up the Federal Reserve Bank out of Chicago. And then it's going to give you a routing number for that bank if you search the routing number. Okay? So then you get the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago's routing number. And, you know, the reason that I would get Chicago G is because there's a G on the back of this card. The letters that are on the back of your Social Security card are only going to be A through L. Just like the Federal Reserve banking system is A through L. No other letters should be on the back. If anybody has another letter that's over the letter L, then I want to know, because something ain't right. So, since there's a G here and then there's a G here that tells me that my Federal Reserve Bank is in Chicago, I then go online and I search Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago's routing number. I got the routing number. That routing number is my bank location's routing number. My Social Security number is my account number. Okay? So then whenever you go on Amazon or any of these websites, you go and then you change, you want to add a bank for your payment option, it's going to ask you for the account holder's name. You have to put the name exactly like it appears on your social, in all capitals. If your middle name's there, you need to spell out the entire middle name if it's spelled out exactly like it appears. If it's only an initial, then you only put an initial. You have to spell it out exactly like it appears on your social. All capitals. And then it's going to ask for the routing number. Then you put in the routing number. This is for Amazon. And then it's going to ask you for your account number. That is your social security number. You do not add any zeros to it. You don't add any numbers to it at all. The first number in your social does not have anything to do with what bank you're using. Or, no, I have not tried buying checks and doing this. And I would not suggest doing that. I would suggest doing everything electronic, you know, like I'm not even suggesting, this is just information, but if I was going to do anything, I would only do it electronically, because electronically with ACH payments, they go in within 24 hours or within usually automatically. So if there's no account or you have the wrong routing number or something's not right, then it's not going to go through. But if you do something through a paper check, then and you go, like, say you get a paper check with your Federal Reserve routing number and then your social as the account number, and then you go to Walmart or you go to like a mom and pop store and you buy something, it could take days before that store then goes and deposits that check into their personal bank account. And if that check bounces, then you're going to get bounced checks and fraudulent check activity, and all kinds of crazy shit could possibly happen to you if you have the wrong routing number. So I would not suggest doing that. Or if there's a reversal, do not do that. And get your factualized trust papers. Absolutely. Yes, do that. But the reason that I would only do electronic is everything is automatic with electronic. So I will know right then and there if there is no account or if it's not working or something's wrong. Or and let me ask you this. I know everybody has gone online and paid a bill and accidentally might have put in the wrong number, and immediately the system tells you this isn't an account, or it's the wrong number, or they can't find stuff. Okay, so for the simple fact that we can put these routing numbers in our account numbers, which is our social, and it goes through and it takes like a week, sometimes sometimes, you know, a couple days, or sometimes a week. Some people have even gone a full month before a reversal happens. That tells me that something weird is going on. This is electronic. This isn't 2017. This isn't the 70s where it takes, you know, weeks for shit to clear. Everything clears automatically. Automatic clearinghouse, ACH. So I have a link in my group. If you go to TDA account information, there is a link to a website that has a master list of banks under the Federal Reserve banks. It's all, you know, listed by state and city. And once you have your Federal Reserve Bank, which if you look on the back of your social, there's the letter G on this one. So I have a $1. And if you want to be 100%, you can use the $1 bill method, which is what I use just to be 100%. I got the G on the $1 bill, and it tells me right here that that's the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago. So I got my Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago. I went online, I searched it, I found the routing number. I made sure that routing number was ACH eligible. And I made sure that routing number was, let's see, ACH eligible and Fedwire eligible. If your routing number is not Fedwire eligible, then that bank is not linked with the Federal Reserve. So the universal routing numbers that people are talking about, I looked those numbers up. These are old. This is old information. This is information that's been out for weeks now, but a lot of people are just now getting it. Those universal routing numbers that Ginger Snyder put out, which if anybody is following Ginger Snyder, she's bunk. All of her shit is bullshit. If you go back and you find her old posts, which are probably deleted now, which I just called somebody out for doing this shit in my group, all of her posts where she put payments in that were successful, look at the goddamn account numbers that the bills were paid with. They were paid with a Visa, MasterCard, or a credit card. She didn't use a routing e-check to pay those bills. This is how you can catch people selling you bullshit online. a bullshit story or a bullshit routing number. And I call these people like watchers because I had somebody in my group just do this shit. I've been watching her for the past 3 days. Well, she's out now. I booted her. But she kept posting and posting and posting and posting universal routing numbers. And it was different fucking routing numbers every time. Try this number. Try this number. This is the new universal routing number. And I'm like, I kept posting in my group. There is no fucking universal routing number. There's not. The universal routing number that you're sharing has been disproven. And Ginger Snyder is bunk and she's a liar. So, what I did was I watched her and I kept posting hints, letting her know, I'm watching you. You need to fucking stop doing what you're doing or I'm going to kick you out of the group. And I kept deleting her post and then she kept reposting them. So she shared all of her screenshots of how she had successfully paid a bill that went through. And it's called TDA account information. The link is in the description of all my videos on YouTube. So if you get out of this live and you go look at some of my videos on YouTube, the link is there. It'll say my Facebook group. So if I'm not ignoring the chat, I just get distracted. So I'll have to go back and read through you guys' messages when I'm done telling this story. So what this girl was doing in my group was she was posting screenshots of bills that had been paid that she was claiming to have paid with this universal routing number. And she wrote the universal routing number down for everybody, saying, use this, it's working, it's successful, I paid all my bills with it. If you zoom in on her fucking screenshots, you will see that the account which was used to pay those bills was used with a 16-digit number, which is a Visa, MasterCard, or credit card. She didn't pay it with an e-check using a routing number and an account number. And then she has other screenshots where she paid other bills. And if you look, it says account number and it says paid with. Well, if you count the numbers, because it has like the little XXX or little star, 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 and like the last 3 digits or 4 digits or whatever. If you count those little stars, each little star represents a number. Okay? You can't see it because it's blocked, but it represents a number. If you count, it was 8 digits that she used. Your social has 9 digits. So that sent up a red flag to me too. She's lying for number one. I said, I asked her, I straight up asked her, I said, did you use your 9-digit social security number to pay these bills in these screenshots? And she said, yes. I said, did you use that universal routing number that you're claiming to pay these bills in these screenshots? And she said, yes. So then I went and took the damn universal routing number and I searched it on U.S. bank locations routing numbers and it came up for Credit Union Bank. If you look at the name of the bank on her screenshots where her bills were paid, it was not for the bank that she's claiming she used. She was lying. What she was doing was she was putting out a bunch of bullshit routing numbers that weren't even FedWire accepted or ACH accepted. She was just picking random routing numbers and posting them and telling people to use them, and using Ginger Snyder's too, which I blocked immediately, because she wanted to see if anybody would eventually be able to get through, and she wanted to know if anybody would get arrested in the process. So yes, you can be arrested if you don't use the correct routing number. If you do not use the correct routing number, then you're fucked. You know, I just need to know how to stay on top of things. Dom, go to that TDA group if you're really truly interested. And if anybody is a troll, there's too many admins and mods. You'll get blocked from every single ACH group or, you know, every single TDA group that exists. Yeah, I know. I don't get that. I don't understand. Yeah, the ACH Payment Unleashed group. Okay, the ACH Payments Unleashed group. Matt Gobo is really good too. So you guys should go subscribe to him. Gobo is a good person to watch. And Mike O'Brien's good too. I don't know if he's posted anything in a couple days, but so if you go and you if anybody's in that ACH group, I'm just letting you know the Portia chick that runs that group is just like Ginger Snyder. posting a bunch of bunk-ass information, trying to tell people that the first number in your social security number matters. It does not. The first number in your social doesn't have anything to do with this. The only thing that matters is that letter on the back of your card, that little letter right there. That's where your bank is. $1 bill. See the G? This right here, if you look closely, it says Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago. Is not going to focus because I'm using my phone. So I know now that this Social Security card goes with Chicago, with G and G. Social Security card only goes from A through L. The dollar bills only go through A through L. And the Federal Reserve banking system only goes A through L. So, you know, that's your connection. You find your letter, you find your bank. You go research online, you say Federal Reserve Bank of whatever city and state your card is connected with. You get the routing number. I would personally try the Federal Reserve routing number before I went to the Lessor Bank method. I have the Lessor Bank method on my Facebook page. The way that you do the Lessor Bank method, I have a master website that has, it's a master list of every single Lessor bank, including foreign banks outside of this country. It's a long ass list. I'm just letting you guys know. You would be scrolling through it for fucking days. It's got every single Lessor bank that's underneath the Federal Reserve Bank system, and it's got all the lesser banks that are under that particular Federal Reserve. So since I'm G for Chicago, G, it's upside down, whatever, G, the G is on this $1 bill. And the letter on the back of this is G. So I'm Chicago. So then I would go to my random 411 routing numbers website. And then I would scroll down until I find Chicago. Okay. And then it's going to say Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago. Underneath that is going to be all of the FedWire eligible banks and ACH eligible banks. And the way that you know it's FedWire and ACH eligible is you scroll over and it says 2 Ys for yes. And then you can go to U.S. banking location routing number search, and you can put those routing numbers in for all those lesser banks just to double check to make sure that they are still eligible, because banks do change information. So, sorry you guys, I just ate like a breakfast sandwich and at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. But what I'm saying, you guys, is just don't use a universal routing number from Ginger Snyder or the Portia Bell. Don't use none of that shit. Don't go and GoFundMe, do that GoFundMe shit and all that stuff in that ACH group. It's bullshit. It's all BS. Don't give your money to anybody. Don't go and sign up for any of these fucking websites like treasurydirect.com and pay money for a fucking account. Don't do any of that shit. Yes, Matthew, correct. That's what I recommend. I would recommend do not use, I haven't used any other routing number except for my Fed bank. That's it. I use my Fed bank that's connected to my card, and that's it. That's all. Okay, what is Matthew talking about, everybody here? Catch me up here. Catch me up. If anybody's confused, you're going to be confused. When I first found this shit out, I was like, what in the hell is these people talking about? It took me about a day or two to figure it out. But I promise you'll figure it out. You find the letter on the back of your social, go get some $1 bills, and you'll find which bank is yours. Let's see. Atlanta, I think, is F. F, hold on, let me see. I got some $1 bills. Let's see. I got IHL. I don't have an F with me, but I think it might be Atlanta. Hold on. H is St. Louis, Dallas, San Francisco, that's St. Louis. Look, and I was getting a little skeptical too here recently. I was like, why has everybody got a routing number with the letter G? Or why is everybody's bank in either New York, Chicago, or Atlanta? Well, I finally met some people that had routing numbers out of Minneapolis, and I just met someone today that has one out of San Francisco, so that just showed me there that there really is more than just Atlanta, Chicago, and whatever. I don't know, maybe, you know, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Let's see, when you have time, go watch Luna C video about Parker Steele, some death records. Oh, cool, yes, I need to. Awesome. Yeah, I'm still working on getting to, my funds are kind of low right now, and I work this weekend, and I want to make sure that I got some cash with me when I go, on my little investigative journalism trip to go investigate an FBI agent. You guys, make sure if you're not subscribed to my channel, I have 48 people watching me right now. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe, because I got some good shit coming your way. And I'm investigating Parker Steele, who is the FBI agent that arrested indicted Heather Tucci, and then arrested Randall Beane. I just got bit by a fucking mosquito. Hopefully I don't get like West Nile virus or something and fucking croak over and die. And then that's how my channel goes. And then somebody commented on there. They were like, yeah, Bridget's going to go like on this fucking trip and she's going to end up dying or some shit. If you open up a new window. But yeah, somebody was like, they were talking about how they weren't sure if my information was true or not, but they hoped that it was true. And they were like, we'll find out when she goes and investigates this federal agent, and then she ends up dying in like a car wreck. And then Bridget, my real name is Bridget, just so y'all know, but Willow Greensong is what everybody calls me. Or Willow goes and gets fucking in a car wreck and dies, and all of her shit becomes a false flag, and then she's got a bunch of her fucking viewers all. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Shut up. Like, I'm not a false flag. Like, you can go back on my YouTube channel and watch my videos from like 2008. Goodness and mercy shall follow you. I fucking hope so. Shit. Sorry if you guys don't like cussing. I do cuss. It's just the way I talk. They're just words in the English language and many other languages, so why not use them, you know? And Gobo cusses a lot more than me, so he's got some good content, though. Does anybody have any questions that you want to ask me? Go ahead and ask, because like, there's a lot. Okay, what is going on with the Walmart theory? Oh, the Walmart stuff. Woo, some interesting shit right there, let me tell you. I've been looking into that for a long fucking time. Jesus still loves you. Good. I'm glad. So, okay, with Walmart, okay, I can't tell you. I don't know, but I know a lot of people, including myself, that's seen some weird shit. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've, like, seen, like, a military vehicle, like, in Walmart parking lot. Or I saw a fucking spaceship in Walmart parking lot one time. And I'm not talking, like, it looked like a UFO. And all these people were, like, signing their name all over it and shit. Like, my brother went and signed his name on it. And I was like, get away from that. It's probably got radiation coming off of it or some shit. You know? But, yeah, it was like I actually have pictures of it. I have pictures of it on my Facebook. I'm going to go look through my Facebook and see if I can find them. And somehow incorporate them in a video somewhere that I post in the future. But, so my brother went, like, we went to Walmart one day. And I live in a really small town. And the biggest corporate, like, place we have around here for consumers is Walmart. There's nothing else. Like, we don't have a Lowe's here. We don't have a Target. We don't have a Home Depot. We don't have shit. Like, everything's, like, 3 or 4 hours away. Walmart is literally, like, where everybody goes grocery shopping, buys clothes, everything. Like, it's legitimate, the only place we have. So we go to Walmart, and it's a small-ass town, so we shouldn't see weird shit like this. And there's, like, a military tank there. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I know we do have the National Guard here, and they come in and they work on the levee, because I'm in Louisiana, so I'm, like, really below sea level. So if there was no levee, I would pretty much be, like, 100 feet underwater right now. But, so we go to Walmart, and there's, like, a military tank there with, like, a spaceship on the back of it. It looks like a fucking flying saucer. Like, it really does. And I have pictures of it. I gotta go find them. It looks like a freaking UFO spaceship, except it's, like, I don't know, it was probably, like, the size of my bedroom. And all these people were, like, signing their name on it, and then, like... But it was really weird, too, because you would think that, like, with a UFO sitting in the parking lot of Walmart, like, everybody would be standing around, asking questions, talking to the military dude. But, like, one person would just go up and then sign their name and just go in Walmart. Like, nobody asked any questions. Nobody, like, a couple people took pictures with it. like they thought it was cool. I'm like the only fucking person standing there like, what the hell is this shit? What is this shit right here? You know, everybody else is like, cool, it's a fucking UFO. Let's take a picture with it and sign our name on it. I'm like, what is going on? There shouldn't be a UFO in Walmart parking lot right now. Like, I've seen people at Walmart, but I sure as hell have not seen like any gray alien jet walking around in there. But, you know, it was just weird. It was just like nobody was questioning why there was a fucking UFO in Walmart parking lot. And, I don't know. I just thought it was weird. And I live in small town America. There's only like 500 people in this, yeah, I got a picture of it. I got to go through my Facebook. This was like a couple years ago. I got a picture of my brother standing there in front of it. And it was really fucking weird. He signed his name on it. They said it was like what the fuck? A satellite that they were going to blast off in outer space. And all I could think was, how in the hell are you about to blast this big-ass flying saucer into outer space going that fast? It just didn't make any fucking sense to me. It was just weird. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna get my brother, too. I need to call him and do, like, a review, like, a recorded video, or recorded conversation so he can tell you about it. But it was there for, like, 3 days, though. It sat there in the parking lot for 3 fucking days. And there were so many names signed all over it, like, permanent markers and shit. People drawing, like, mushrooms and fucking trees and shit on it with their names written in it and their kids and shit. I don't know. It was fucking weird. Hold on. I saw, what did you say? I saw this light in the sky divide into 20 different lights at a kid's baseball game. People just acted like it was nothing. Right? Have y'all seen that UFO video where there's like a guy and he's like standing in the middle of the street in like Oakland, like in the hood, you know what I mean? Like, and he's got like he's in the projects, you know, with hanging out and shit, having a great time. And then he just starts videotaping the fucking sky, and there's like this fucking alien ship. And he is freaking out. He's like, what the fuck is that? And all these other people are just like standing there like it's nothing. And he's totally freaking out about it. It went viral. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah. Hi. Somebody said hi. I saw a light in the sky this one night and realized it was a street light. You know, I've been driving down the road at nighttime before, too, and seen a mailbox and thought it was a person. And then once I got close enough, I realized it wasn't. Oh, yeah, I've definitely had reversals. Everybody has. If you're not getting reversals, then you're not doing this shit right. I'd love you for an interview. Hell yeah, let's do it, Planet Nibiru. Oh, I know some shit about Nibiru, too. But, you know, I wanted to tell you, I don't know if you know, if you follow the whole Anunnaki, Planet Nibiru ideology with, you know, how we are all genetically engineered beings, and we are basically living in the Matrix, and that quantum mechanics double slit theory, or experiment, actually, it's not a theory. I don't know if you're familiar with that, Planet Nibiru. That quantum mechanics double slit experiment, you can actually watch a video on YouTube. It's called Dr. Quantum, and it's kind of like a cartoony, yeah, the double slit, right, double slit. All right, let me tell you what I think that shit is. I think that shit is a glitch in the Matrix, and that's why that shit happens. That's why, and that experiment shows, personally, me, what I think, it shows without a reasonable doubt that we are living in an observed reality. So, I mean, and that whole entire, if you are watching, that whole entire experiment is it's like it shows a glitch in the Matrix. It does. It proves like, hey, we don't want you to see this shit, you know, and we can't figure that out. It's the glitch. It's there's something, right. Your mind creates your reality. Exactly. Like, yeah, because they put some guy, they did the experiment again, and they put a guy, like, in another room, and they had him think about it. Like, they made him use his consciousness to then, instead of using a tool to record it, and his consciousness affected the experiment. It was weird. Like, they had, because, you know, whenever they're doing the double slit experiment and they're sending the protons through the slit, and it makes one line, and then they put another slit and send the protons through, you would think it would make two lines, but instead it gives you a interference pattern until they put a camera there, and then when they put a camera there to watch it, it does what you would think it would do. So what they did was they removed the camera, they put a guy in a room, and they shut the door, and they said, we want you to focus on this and envision it in your head. And it did what it was supposed to do when he did that, which was weird, because he was using his consciousness to think about it. So that proved, I don't know, it's the whole fucking scenario is weird. I'm going to search for that fucking Walmart picture, because I remember that. It was, that spaceship thing was there for 3 days. Hey, it is what? Real thing, Planet Nibiru? I mean, I don't know 100% if Planet Nibiru is really out there. I've never been to outer space before, but there's definitely a possibility that it exists. You can't say that there's no possibility. Nibiru is known as wormwood in the Bible. Everyone Google the Rothschild. Oh, trust me, I'm sure everybody here has Googled the Rothschilds, or if you haven't, then you should. Planet Nibiru. I'm not hallucinating. Hold on. What did you say? Planet Nibiru. I'm not hallucinating. That my lights got turned off over this. I'm trying to read all you guys' comments, so don't look at me like I'm fucking crazy. About 14 years ago, myself and my kids witnessed a large object slowly pass over the town. I've seen some really weird, I've had some really weird experiences with, like, aliens and stuff, and it's almost to the point where I don't even want to talk about it because it's so scary. And, you know, I live in a small town, and people already think I'm fucking crazy, and I don't need anyone to think I'm even crazier than I already am because of some of the stuff that I've experienced. I know I'm crazy, but shit. If I start telling people that I've been abducted by aliens, then, you know. Do you know what an Astra TR3B is? I do not. You can share that in Planet Nibiru. Me too, Willow. Wait, aliens are demons inside of their made body? I believe that the gray aliens are actually us in the future. Like, over time, through change, and I believe the grays are actually us. And I think that there's more than just one race of aliens out there. There's many different races of aliens and different classes and breeds and what their agenda is. And the reptilians are like the ones that like to eat humans, and they are the evil ones, but there are some benevolent reptilians apparently that are against all that. And then the Palladians are the ones that are like the Palladians are the ones that are like the Nordic race, kind of. They look almost human, maybe have a little larger eyes, but they're really beautiful looking, like with blonde hair, blue eyes. And they are the benevolent beings. What about Planet Nibiru? What do you think about Hollow Earth? Yeah, the reptilians are the evil ones. Oh, hell yeah. The Mandela effect. I was going to tell you, too. I've been following CERN and the Mandela effect for a really long time. And I remember experiencing Mandela effect early on, but I didn't really think anything of it. This was before it was even the Mandela effect. And it was with the Forrest Gump movie, and I remember watching it, and I rewinded it, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. Like, I've seen that movie 100 million times, and when he's sitting on the bench and he says, Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates, or life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get. But then it turned around and it changed to, it doesn't sound right. And then, what else did I experience? I experienced things with like the cereal logos and stuff changing, and I remember, you know, or I remember it. And then the whole movie with that the actor that did the genie movie, Sinbad. Does anybody remember that movie where Sinbad, the actor, played a genie in a movie called Shazam? Thanks, Mark. I'll take that as a compliment. You know, I'd rather be fucking crazy than boring. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather sit around with people and talk about some crazy shit than just sit around and, like, talk about how their coffee tasted today. You know? But yeah, or Kazam, yeah, that's with Shaq. Alright, but does anybody remember the movie Shazam with the actor Sinbad who played a genie? Yes or no? Just say yes. Oh, God, yeah, I've looked at Cosmic Disclosure. I've looked at all that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yeah, it's a throwback, right. Okay, well, that movie never existed. And, you know, I remember Kazam coming out and thinking, why would they make a knockoff of Shazam? You know what I mean? Because you know how sometimes they make knockoff movies of other movies and they almost name it exactly the same, just like one letter different or one word is added in. And I remember watching Shazam with Sinbad as a genie. Sorry, Dom. You can go to that TDA group. I promise you, read the pinned post. There's a shitload of information that'll help you. But I remember that movie coming out, and I remember watching it. And then I remember Kazam coming out, like, a couple years later, and thinking, like, why did they make a knockoff movie of this? Or thinking it's a knockoff of the Genie movie with Sinbad. But that movie never existed, you guys. It's weird. Like, even Sinbad, like, posted a tweet on his Twitter page, like, he never did that movie, doesn't know what people were talking about. It never existed. Same with I Love Lucy. This is the one that fucked me up so bad. You know when they come out on I Love Lucy, or what's his name, comes Ricky Ricardo. He's like, Lucy, you have some explaining to do. That quote doesn't exist. It was never said. Doesn't exist at all. Never existed. And I thought that was really strange because I vividly remember him coming out and... Right, yeah. Does anybody else remember that? Ricky Ricardo coming out in the TV show and saying, Lucy, you have some explaining to do. Right? Right. Totally said that. He totally fucking said that. But if you go back and you look through that TV show and you look at every single fucking script, that quote was never said. Never said. It was never said. It was never used. Does not exist in I Love Lucy history at all. Yeah, it's a Mandela effect, you guys. Okay, the Mandela effect, this is what I think it is. I think CERN had something to do with it. Because in 2008, CERN had its first run. It had its first run with the protons and electrons being sent into that 17-mile-long Hadron Collider. And it was protested a lot by a lot of, like, evangelicals and a lot of people because they believed that they were playing with God's particle, which... when the Earth was created and when the universe was created, it was basically two alternate realities that collided, and creating what we are experiencing. Well, you know, what we are possibly experiencing now. But when CERN sent those protons and electrons in to collide, they were looking for something a smaller particle. And the smallest particle that we know of existence is protons, and, and electrons. So they wanted to collide those particles in hopes to exploding them into smaller particles to then try to find what was before the protons and electrons. But CERN did its first run in 2008. They got their evidence back from their study in 2009. And then by 2010, the first online forum popped up where people were talking about false memories and things that have changed, and, logos on, cereal, and the same with Looney Tunes, the cartoon. Looney Tunes, was it spelled Tunes or was it spelled Toons, like for Toontown, which is where they were, living at in the cartoon. And it's not spelled Toons. It never has been spelled Toons. It's only been spelled tunes, like tunes. Right, but that's not it. Toons, that's not how it was. It's not how it is. It's never how it's been. So, with the Mandela effect, what I think happened, is when they sent those protons and electrons into that hadron collider, it caused some people, not all people, but some people to shift back into that other reality. And that reality is maybe just a hair different than the one we're living in. So, maybe 0.00000000001 different than the reality we're living in. Because when the Big Bang happened and the universe was created, it was two alternate realities that collided. So some people shifted into the other reality. Gold digger, I don't know where your money is. I see she's calling me an old hag. Yes, I am old as fuck. I'm about to be 32 years old on September 11th. Gold digger, are you a troll or do I need to block you? Let me know, because people don't want to hear your shit. Block her ass. Alright. Bye, gold digger. Take your gold digging ass somewhere else. Peace. Block. She's gone. Okay. Jesus. But yeah, so that's what I think. That's what I think happened. I think that when that the CERN did its first run in 2008, they didn't get their evidence back till 2009. It took about a year for people to see these changes that were made. And well, what do you think it is, Justin? Throw it at me. Throw an idea at me, because I think it's fucking CERN. Because CERN hasn't had another run until February of this year. Thanks. I try really hard to put out good information. CERN is a distraction. I mean, it could be a distraction. It could be. It really fucking could be. I love to find a CERN whistleblower. You know what I'm saying? I hear that there is one, but I've never really found legitimate, sourceful information to prove it. What is CERN? Griffin Anderson. CERN is a huge science facility. I guess it's off of the Swiss Alps somewhere over there. I don't know. Over there somewhere across the river. And it's got a huge underground hadron collider. It's 17 miles long, and they send protons and electrons, which is the smallest particle known to existence, in there, and they put them at the speed of almost light, and they let them collide, and in the hopes of trying to find a smaller particle. They call this, quote unquote, the God particle, which is what has created everything around us and as we see it. It was protested a lot because they thought that it was going to create a lot of people thought that it was going to create a black hole, and the universe and everything in it was going to get sucked into the black hole, into some crazy abyss, and we were all going to be fucked. 666 is in our DNA. There's a lot of weird shit in our DNA, Matt. A lot of weird shit. I've been studying DNA too, with the whole eugenics program that I've been reading a lot on eugenics, and with the Nazis and a lot of the experiments they did, and with the Rockefellers. And did you guys know that eugenics, which is something that was supported by John D. Rockefeller during the Nazi regime by Standard Oil, but eugenics actually started in the United States of America. Willow, do you remember how the Bible reads as, oh, hell yes, I remember that. That's another Mandela effect right there. If there's a lot of religious people in here, and evangelicals, do you guys remember, put a yes if you remember this. Do you remember how the Bible speaks of the lion will lay with the lamb? Say yes if you remember that. Please say yes. Dom, if you go to Facebook, or actually, Dom, go to one of my links below. One of my videos, and go to the description, and you will see all the links to the social media accounts. Right. Anybody in here religious? Remember where it says the lion will lay with the lamb? Please say yes. I know it might be lagged, but just say yes. I'm going to explain some really throat off weird shit to you. Right. Well, it doesn't say that. It never said that, and never did say that. You can go to the Old Testament or the New Testament, and you can go back and look at your great-great-great-grandma's Bible. It does not say lion lay with the lamb. It says a wolf will dwell with a lamb. Lion is not there. It doesn't say anything about a lion laying with a lamb. It says a wolf will dwell with a lamb. I even asked a Pentecostal preacher, because I'm in an area where the Pentecostal religion is very large, and I even asked a Pentecostal preacher about this, and he thought that I was a fucking liar and insane until he pulled his Bible out and then could not explain it. Are you guys religious? I like to call myself spiritual. I think the word religion has caused a lot of disconnect between human beings and this culture that we live in. See, it also says forgive our debtors instead of trespassers. Yeah. I don't know how bad the lag is on this. She's drinking Cox. No, I'm not. I'm drinking Diet Dr. Pepper because I'm a fat ass and I need to lose like 30 pounds. Yeah, I'm totally spiritual. I'm open-minded to a lot of stuff. Like, I'm not like, I'm not somebody that's like, oh, I'm just going to follow this one thing and that's it. Because I believe there's truths in all religion. There's some truths in all religions. I mean, you just have to learn how to look it up. A lot of it is related to astrological events and the stars. Right? I mean, and in God we trust beings eternal life, which, you are 100% free to believe in that however you want. Revelations 12. Yeah. Yeah, with the whole Bible thing and like the end of the end times and everything. Yeah. What do you think about what do you think we all adapt to, or why do you think we all adapt to electronics and welcome and natural? You mean why you think that we adapt? Because they're fucking interesting. And we are lazy beings. We like the easy way out. And, this is like some, let's say, let me just do it like this. This is some, I don't know if anybody likes Terrence McKenna, but I really enjoy him and his ideology, and he was a visionary speaker that was way ahead of his time. Or Alan Watts, who is somebody that I enjoy very much to listen to a lot of his old lectures. But, Alan Watts has a video on here called, What's Wrong with Our Culture? And it's Alan Watts. And I would suggest anybody reading that. I will link it below in the description of this live after it's done. But Alan Watts was a fucking genius. And so was Terrence McKenna. I love Terrence McKenna. And they were both visionary speakers. And Alan Watts, #1, was way ahead of his time with his visionary speaking. And he, in that video, What's Wrong with Our Culture... What planet am I from, Tim? Shit, I don't know. I haven't figured that one out yet. I'm hoping that I'm from, like, some benevolent Palladian, like, place, you know? Like, I'm ready for them fuckers to come get me. I'm tired of being on this planet. So what I read, or what I listened to with Terrence McKenna in that video, or with Alan Watts in that video, he explains, you know, we're living in this technologically advanced universe that is evolving more and more and more and faster and faster and faster, and we are, you know, just spoiled children so much. You know, we get one really great electronic and we play with it, and then we get bored with it, and then we just throw it in a landfill and move on to the next. We're just spoiled children, and we are beings that just take and take and take from what is keeping us alive, this planet. And the simple fact that we do that, and we know that we're doing it, and we know the repercussions that is going to happen because of that, and we don't do anything to stop it, shows that we are clearly insane. All of us are clearly insane that we do this. And then, you know, we spend our lives living this conformed life where we work and pay bills and work and pay bills. And, you know, we spend more time away from our houses, which is what we work to live in. You know, and we live this conformed life because we think that we have to. And then on our off times, when we're supposed to actually enjoy life, most of us will spend our time sitting in front of a flickering screen, a flickering reproduction of life. You can't touch it, you can't see it, you can't taste it. But instead of going out and enjoying like a festival or a large group of people to hang out with and have actual physical and social interaction with, we would rather sit in front of a flickering reproduction of life. And it just doesn't, you know, make sense to me, but that's what kind of people we are. A lot of us are, not all of us. And also that, you know, physical hate is more easily accepted and openly accepted with open arms than physical love. You know, we would rather see people hating each other than loving each other. And that video is really good. You guys should watch it. If you go search Terrence or Alan Watts, What's Wrong with Our Culture, he talks about exactly what's wrong with our culture and explains it so beautifully in that video. Probably why they killed him. Shit. I think that 9/11 was a government conspiracy. That's what I think. I think there's a possibility there wasn't even a fucking plane that hit the building. That was all fucking set up. If you go and you watch the videos now, I mean, 9/11 was a long time ago, okay? So you got to think technology and like computer technology and stuff has advanced a lot. Right, CGI has advanced a whole lot now. Go back and look. Everybody that says that this is bullshit, there was planes that hit the Twin Towers, all that, yes, 9/11 was an inside job. Everybody that, you know, believes that, I'm sorry, Omar, we don't think that you were out there trying to, we don't even believe there were fucking planes that hit the Twin Towers. You're good, or at least some of us don't. If you go back and, if you guys go back and look at the video now, and look at those fucking planes that run into the building. They look so fucking fake. They look so bad. I mean, the fucking Jurassic Park CGI is better than that shit. Go look at it. It looks so fucking fake. There's no way. I mean, if a plane would have hit that building, it wouldn't even poke through the other fucking end, and it would have hit the building and smushed, and half of it probably would have fell and hit the streets. It wouldn't just, the building wouldn't have eaten the plane. It's impossible. Go back and watch that video. Look, I thought people were fucking crazy. I was like, no, I know planes hit that shit. I saw it in a video. No, man. Go back and watch it now, because look, I believed for years that planes hit those buildings, but now I fucking don't. I believe that it was a fucking bomb that blew up and they used CGI to fucking create the image and then put it on the goddamn TV. And then all the people that were on the street that actually recorded it, they've either ended up dead or the video footage they had is gone. I mean, I wish I had I do have a $20 bill. I'm about to show y'all. I don't know if y'all know this whole thing with the $20 bill and the whole Twin Tower thing. Okay, so on the Rockefellers, if you go back and you look at the Rockefellers and the Twin Tower connection and all of that, and the Rockefellers owning the Federal Reserve System, which, you know, Federal Reserve notes, and the Rockefellers, bitch, you're stupid. Why you people watching? You're uneducated. Okay, do I need to delete this person? Where is he? Where did he go, you little fucker? Raw dogging your grandma? You're fucking sick. Bye. Okay, he's gone. I blocked you, you fucker. Okay. So, that was his name. His name was... Did y'all see what his name was? Like, why? What the fuck is wrong with that person? Okay. So... Yeah, isn't that great? Like, what? Alright, so on a $1 bill, I mean, on a $20 bill, I'm not rich, you guys. I literally have $80 to my fucking name. Like, that's it. It's not a lot. And I got a shitload of fucking bills to pay. My husband got laid off, so we're fucked right now. Alright, I'm about to show you guys some shit on this, because some of you might not have seen this, but if you take your $20 bill and you fold it in half... I'm going to fold this $20 bill in half like this, the back, like where you have the back. Fold it in half. What's up, Omar? I see you saying Willow. He said I'm Muslim, LOL. It's okay. I don't think all Muslim people are bad just because some fucking assholes wanted to blame something on them that wasn't really... have anything to do with them. Fuck. Okay, so you take your $1 bill, you fold it in half, and then you're gonna fold it down this way, and then fold it down this way, and then you're gonna look at it. Do you see the Twin Towers burning? Right. Twin Towers. Burning. On fire. And if you look down at the bottom, it looks like building like that had crumbled or fell apart or whatever. Alright, well. No, you're not blocked, Omar. I see you. The fuck are you talking about? You're not blocked. You wouldn't be able to comment if you were blocked. Don't say no stupid shit or I'll block you. Okay, so, alright, so the $20 bill, as you can see, is a Federal Reserve note. The Rockefellers own the Federal Reserve System. Somebody tell Omar Dawashi that he is not locked, because I don't, maybe he's got shitty internet. Yeah, that was a fucking ritual for them. That's exactly, it was like a, I don't even know. I gotta look more into that shit. But if you go back and you look at the Rockefellers and their connection with 9/11 and the Twin Towers, and I mean, they gave us signs that they were gonna do this. You know what I mean? Like, look, there's the Twin Towers burning on the $20 bill from the Federal Reserve System, which the Rockefellers own. All right, and then not only that, on your $1 bill, if you look way up in the corner, I'm going to see if I wonder if I can flip my camera. Hold on. Yeah, I can. Alright, it's dark right now, but look. On your $1 bill, I don't know if I can get it to focus on this. Hold on. But there's a little teeny tiny owl. Hold on, let me lay this down better so I can zoom in on this. Okay. And then I can't draw anywhere. But there's a little tiny owl right here. Sitting right there. Do you see it? Do you guys see it? Do you see that little tiny, tiny owl sitting there by that leaf? Right, Jekyll Island. This is an owl. You can take like a magnifying glass and it appears better. That owl is a symbol with like the Bilderberg group and all of those fuckers and the Rockefellers and all of them. Oh, yeah, they're on all $1 bills, definitely. Here, let me see if I can zoom in anymore. That is a sign right there. Bohemian Grove. There you go. You got it. With the Newport bags and all. Hell yeah. I gotta smoke them Cadillacs and 100s. Newport 100s. I can't smoke nothing else but some Newport 100s. But yeah. So I know that stuff, like, some people think that shit's fucking insane, but I got some old owl pictures from like the 70s that were in my great grandma's house. I have a tanning bed too, because some people are like, what is that space contraption? It's a tanning bed. It's an older tanning bed. It's from like 2005. I need to sell it because I'm broke right now. So yeah, there, you know, a lot of people don't know that. Like, I point that shit. It's really hard to see it. You need like a magnifying glass or whatever. But it's an authentic owl sitting there. It's on every $1 bill. And you know, then you got your Twin Towers. Some weird shit, right? Athens owls resemble wisdom. Well, maybe that's why they used it. Because they're, like, supposed to be wiser than us. Or wisdom. I mean, they were all, like, what? Philanthropists or whatever. However you say that word. They were... Well, I think that word was used as a fucking cover. Is your husband Black Willow? No, my husband's white. He's a white guy. He is Scandinavian and German. And he was the only white guy in this town that we lived in that had dreadlocks. He doesn't have dreads anymore. He cut them off. What's the significance of the owl willow? That's the thing. It's like some type of ritual thing. I don't know. Like, if you go look up Bohemian Grove, you'll see it. Omar, why do you want to know what my husband does for a living? What does that change anything? He's laid off right now. Because we're in the United States and everybody's fucking getting laid off, even though our president's supposed to be bringing jobs back. Unemployment rate went up to 67% in the area I live in the past 6 months. Silverstein took out an insurance policy on 2 buildings that were filled with asbestos and needed to get rid of them. Wait, Greg Clark, that's why you think they got rid of the Twin Towers? Because of asbestos? If that was the case, they would have just went on the news media and said, hey, these buildings have asbestos, we need to get rid of them. They wouldn't have just blown them up in this crazy-ass expensive fucking event the tax dollars had to pay for. Money doesn't exist. Yep, but money doesn't exist to me anyways. Haha. The Bushes are part of the Rothschilds bloodline. If you watch Triple's videos from today, you'll see. Oh yeah, I mean even Obama, all of them are connected. That's the thing, you know. This is why I'm like anti-establishment, because all of these motherfuckers that are in here in office and all this, they're all connected. Every single one of them are connected. Even Donald Trump is connected. Donald Trump was employed by the Rockefeller family. He was their employee. Do you remember his TV show, The Apprentice, that was out? Okay, The Apprentice was on NBC. NBC and MSNBC are Rockefeller-owned news companies. The Rockefeller family is a conservative family. They are very conservative. But MSNBC and that TV show Morning Joe is 100% progressive news. They spread progressive news. And then they have people that are on there who are, most of their guests on that show come from the foreign affairs organization or whatever that the Rockefellers created too. And then the girl, Mika, who is the host on the show, her fucking dad is the head of the Foreign Affairs, the Council of Foreign Affairs, who is close with Donald Trump. And Mika on Morning Joe spreads progressive news, and Donald Trump was employed by the Rockefellers on NBC for his TV show. He was paid. The Rockefellers even paid him after he filed for bankruptcy and fucking bailed him out so that he could work his business up. And the Hillary Clinton is also connected to the Rockefellers. They're all fucking connected. So whenever these presidential people are running campaigns, they're not running campaigns for us. They're running campaigns for the elite, to see which one runs the best campaign and gets the best votes by the elite. Donald Trump won because the elite knew that he could use his charisma into coercing at least, you know, division in this country, which is exactly what he did. It has created division in this country, which is what they want, because division will cause chaos. And eventually there's going to be chaos in these major cities, which it's already started. You know, you see all these protesting and all this crazy shit going on in these major cities. And that's exactly what they want. The reason why is because they're going to come in there and they're going to wipe out the major populated cities with like martial law and shit and war. And all that's left is going to be more easily controlled. And all these little small fucking towns and shit. Look, I swear, whatever you think about Trump and everything, some people love him. It's all bullshit, okay? I promise you. If you go look at, I mean, Donald Trump's great-grandfather was in with John D. Rockefeller. They were business partners in the 1800s. You can look all of this up in American history. Why would you think Trump is our last hope? It's all connected. Donald Trump's great-grandfather was business partners with John D. Rockefeller in the 1800s. They ran fucking horror houses and shit. Which, I mean, you can think, I mean, anybody can think what they want, you know, like, if you want to support whoever you want to support, and if you want to believe that the establishment is actually being ran legitimately, think that. That's fine. But I don't think it's being run legitimately. At all. I believe that they're all connected. And I believe that Donald Trump is connected to the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and all the big bankers. He is a big banker himself. He is a businessman. He wants money. And this is how it works in the elite system, okay? This is how it works. The more money you have, the more power you have. They are always at competition trying to make more money. So whoever has the most money is the higher up. It's the higher up. It's the higher up. Here's a higher up. Donald Trump would definitely work with the Rockefellers, who in American history, John D. Rockefeller is still to this day. Thank you. Yes, I know cigarettes are probably worse than Donald Trump, but I don't know about that, actually. I really don't fucking know right now. Okay, also with the Rockefellers, okay, the Rockefeller family has started the central banking system. There is a central bank in every single country in the entire world, except for 3 countries. Trump won the vote because the elite wanted him in. That's why he won. He won because the elite wanted to put him in. They knew that he would have more charisma into coercing a division in this country than Hillary Clinton would. She wouldn't be able to reach the people like Trump would because he's a fucking public figure. He's a public figure, and it's insanity that we even have a public figure like that. That's like our chief executive, whatever, that anytime he's on social media or anytime he's on public television, people will watch it. That is why they put him in. So MSNBC and NBC and all these major news fucking channels that the Rockefellers own, they know they can put Donald Trump's face on there, and whether it's good or bad info, everybody's gonna fucking watch it. That's why. It's for control. It's for control and division. Okay, so every country in the entire world has a central banking system, you guys. You can look this shit up. Every single one has a central banking system that is owned by the fucking Rockefellers. Okay? Look, worship light. I understand. You don't have to believe me. This is just my own personal belief for my own personal investigation myself. I mean, I was, all into the whole election process. I even got my voters commissioner's license, so I worked at the polls because I wanted to see if it was really fucking rigged, and why not have somebody in there that would expose it if it was, which I would have, but it wasn't. Shit. So, but look, I looked into this information extensively. It is all rigged. The whole system is a mind fuck. The whole entire fucking system. I mean, you have to look at this, and you have to go deep. You can't just look at what you're seeing on the news media and what you're seeing on Fox News. You've got to go behind all those goddamn news media companies and look at who owns those companies. And then look at those people. And then look at those people's connections with the president and the potential running mates that were possibly going to win before them, and look at their connections that go back years, and then go and look at Donald Trump's great-grandfather and look at the connection he had with the Rockefeller family. You've got to go way back and look at the agenda and what they're doing. Okay? Now, with the only 3 countries that are left that don't have a central banking system is North Korea, Iran, and Cuba. Does anybody else not find it a fucking coincidence that we're threatening war with North Korea, and it is one of the 3 that don't have a central banking system? And we've mentioned war with Iran. And if you go back and look at the Afghanistan war, when we went to war with Afghanistan, and look, there was no central banking system in Afghanistan. The central banking system popped up whenever they declared war over in Afghanistan. You can go look. They did declare war over in Afghanistan. We still have troops on the ground fighting shit, but they did declare the war over in Afghanistan, and a central bank popped up afterwards. It's the same thing right now. We're threatening war with North Korea, and they want a central bank over there. And, they have someone in right now that will push the war agenda because they want global control over currency, global economic currency control. So once there is a central banking system in every single country in the world, then I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, but it's gonna be some weird shit. But you guys, I'm running this live. It's been 78 minutes long. I'll tell you something about Trump. If Trump banned porn on his... How in the fuck... Hold on. I'll tell you something about Trump. If Trump banned porn on his country, then how in the fucking world there's a bikini for women's? Bikini is a demonic thing. It's like porn. Dude, that ideology is way too thick for the Americans. We have nude beaches over here. Like, we have, like, some beaches where you can go and, like, be topless. So, it's just the body. It's just the human body. You're being serious? You're being serious about bikinis being demonic. I totally understand in the Muslim culture, like, they don't agree with, like, women showing their body and stuff. Like, I understand that. Like, modesty is better. But, you know, I think we're all humans and we all have bodies, and, you know, I don't think that we should look at them. Yeah. Right. I get that. I get your culture and why you do what you do. My ideology is that we're all human beings. We all have the same bodies. Like, when you sexualize things, it's just weird. Like, stop it. You know, culture has sexualized things. I mean, if it's 110 degrees outside and I go to the fucking beach, I'm not going to wear a hijab. You're welcome, Worshipper Light. I'm sorry that you disagree with me on Trump, but don't hate me. I love you guys. I'm not taking my top off on YouTube and getting my shit flagged. Everybody, you know, can think, you know, or trust and believe in whatever they want. I'm completely... Yeah, I mean, really go look at it, though. I mean, you know, don't take my word for it. Go investigate it yourself. And then, you know, come back and hit me up and tell me what you think. And tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong and somebody finds connections that prove that Donald Trump is actually not connected to all these people, then prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. If somebody can prove me wrong that his agenda is to be against the banking elite, show me. I bought my straw man a double scoop of unicorn shit. Well, that's fucking great. Alright. Good night. Oh, yes, I do have your number. I have someone else. I have like a shitload of people. Look, y'all, if y'all have been messaging me on Facebook, go to my Facebook like page, because I don't accept friend requests on my private Facebook page because it's just too much for me. And I already have over 2,000 people on there, and it's already like really congested with just that. So, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, because I'm giving away some anti-establishment merchandise to the people that have liked my Facebook page and the people that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. So, I am going to let everyone go, because this is going on an 82-minute live stream, which is really long, actually. Yes, I have Instagram and everything. I'm gonna link all of that stuff in the description, and I also have all of it in the description of all my other videos. And but I love you guys. Thanks. My Facebook page and everything is in my description of all my videos. If you go click on my name and then go look at my videos, you'll see all my social media stuff. So, but anyways, you guys subscribe, go like my Facebook page if you want to be entered to win some of that anti-establishment merch that I'm going to randomly pick some really cool shit and then mail it out to one of my subscribers. But I love you guys. Bye.